apps are a nightmare for many reasons. From picking the perfect picture to make sure you look good, which what is good, even to getting the bio just right so you share just enough information but not too much. It feels like diffusing a bomb without instructions. It's very stressful and there's a lot of pressure. But I think, in my opinion, the absolute worst part of dating apps has to be the intro. This is also slightly Tinder specific because apps like Hinge and Bumble and OkCupid, they kind of give you prompts to like really lean into those intros. You know, I personally think that Tinder is the best way to learn how to craft a masterful intro. For today's class, I am going to rank the intros I have gotten from best to worst. I am going to start with the best intros because it's nice to have a little bit of hope before I rip it away from you completely. Let's go on this journey together. Let's share this pain. Let me also preface this by saying these are very real intros that I have gotten over the years. I have no reason to lie, unfortunately. I wish I was lying. So if you think I'm lying, come find me on Twitter. I'll send you the proof. Let's get started. So number one, the best intro I have ever gotten. This was from my ex-boyfriend, for context. His opener was, "Are you from Orlando?" This was a great opener for 3 reasons. Because 1, it means he looked at my pictures long enough to make an assessment. 2, he opened with a question, which is kind of one of those things where, you know, now I gotta answer. And 3, I wanted to know how the fuck from 4 photos he knew I was from Orlando. For context, I no longer live in Orlando. If you've been following my journey, I live in New York. So I was very curious as to how this man from 4 photos could intuit that I was from Orlando. 10 out of 10, it worked. We dated for 5 months. And now to piggyback off of that one, the second best just intros in general at large that I find great and work every time for me is the question. Now, keep in mind, I don't think you should just be asking anyone any fucking question. Like, do not open with like,
"Do you think Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone? 'Cause, I don't..."
That might work on me because I'm sick in the head. That's not gonna work on everyone. Don't do that. Any kind of question that relates to something in my photos or something in my bio usually elicits a pretty positive response for me. Back when I was on dating apps, I did have a photo of my Tifa cosplay. It's kind of, you know, winking a nod to all the fellow nerds out there. So that always got a response from me. If you messaged me and said, "Is that Tifa from Final Fantasy VII?" Yes, I would answer you. Now we are going to enter purgatory. The reason why I call it purgatory is because, like, it's not totally egregious to use these methods, but they're not really the greatest. Getting started with that point. Hi, hey, hello, what's up? Now, I understand that this is a normal method of conversation. When you go out in public, this is how you would approach someone. You would not approach someone and be like, "How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice." Cha-cha. It's weird, I get it, I understand this. Speaking from experience here, and probably from a lot of other women can attest to this, the amount of hey, hi, hellos we get in a day, you will just become a number. So unless your strategy is really strong, my eyes will basically just glaze over at this point, and I won't really think about anything else. So you have to really have strong follow-up here. Yeah, another one that is not so great. How are you? Now this one is tough too because this one feels like a challenge. Do you want me to actually tell you how I am? I don't think you want that, and I don't think I want that. Unless your strategy is extremely strong. This one doesn't really work. That's purgatory. It'll do the job, but not great. As we get into this, we are going to enter hell. I hope you're emotionally prepared. We're entering hell. These are real things that I've gotten from real people, different dating apps over the course of years. And these stink. That dress would look a lot better on my bedroom floor. Keep the choker on though. I like that. I really don't think I need to explain how fucking terrible this one is. This one was from an app called Raya, which if you know anything about, is an elitist dating nightmare. The bar for me was already pretty low, and somehow this guy just really managed to make it lower. It's like limbo. Limbo for just shitty intros. Piggybacking off of that one, this one also came from Raya. You have refreshingly few pictures, winky face. This one doesn't suck as bad as the last one. However, it is that whole patronizing, like, oh, you're not like the other girls thing. Which, I get it. I understand the vibe I give off. I understand why this might seem like a compliment. It's not. It makes me feel like you're looking for a pet iguana, not a girlfriend. This one's a doozy. I'm a fan of your porcelain-like skin. You are gonna age amazingly. Let me know if you need help applying suntan lotion. Demon face emoji, smiling emoji. This one is entering Buffalo Bill territory. I don't really have to break this one down. If you are wondering why this one sucks, see a doctor. I can't help you. Moving on. Hey, Kara. What song makes you feel happy every time you hear it? The name's not Kara. Hasn't ever been Kara. That one doesn't need that much explaining. So now, we have come to the finale. The worst intros I have ever gotten. Now, this one might not seem as egregious as the other ones at first, but we're gonna really break this one down. Now keep in mind, I said intros. So this is multiple people, multiple dating apps, over multiple months. This is not just like an isolated incident. That being said, let's get into it. I like your pics. Have you seen Pulp Fiction by any chance? You've got some serious Mia Wallace vibes going on there. Loving the Pulp Fiction energy. I love your aesthetic. Very Mia Wallace.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Again, I understand that I give off a certain je ne sais quoi, a vibe, if you will, of how I dress and how I present myself. But I need to stress how insulting it is to get that. It is not a compliment, and let's really break down why. If you've seen Pulp Fiction, Mia Wallace is not really a likable person. She overdoses on heroin. So you looking at me and going, Mia Wallace doesn't make me feel very great. I am my own person. I know it's kind of a snake eating itself situation because I'm very much in line with that aesthetic. I cannot stress this enough. Don't tell a stranger they remind you of a fictional character unless like it says so that they like that character in their bio and that's like very obviously their vibe, the vibe they're giving off, or they're cosplaying as that character. The reason being is a hypothetical scenario here. What if a cutie DMs you and they say, hey, like your pics, giving me very Joaquin Phoenix Joker vibes? That would not feel very good. And if it's something that would flatter you, I think you got a lot more soul searching to do in here, because that should insult you. That's awful. Again, if I see that, I'm immediately unmatching you, because you have clearly put me in the Manic Pixie Dream Girl category, which again, I understand that this is a vibe I give off. I think in 2021, it's pretty fucking apparent that like no woman likes to be the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Like it's just kind of an unfortunate reality. If you do this to me, I am not going to try to fix you. I am going to purposely make your problems worse. That's it. That's pretty much from the best to the worst. What have we learned here? Open with something interesting. Be memorable here. Questions are a good starting point. Make it look like you give a shit about the bio you swiped on, the person you swiped on behind the bio. Finally, if you feel like at any point any of the bad intros sound like you, we got a lot of talking to do, my friend. My challenge to you is, if you're feeling brave enough, go on over to my Twitter, DM me your intros. I want to see what you're working with. And in my next class, I will rank your intros from the best to the worst. Don't worry, I'm not going to dox you. I'm not going to put you on blast. I will just pick the ones that I react to the most strongly. Your secret is safe with me. That's all we have time for today, Simps. Class is dismissed. Okay. Did we get the whole fucking thing?